Hey, it's Jessica. Welcome to a brand new video. I've actually had this footage on my computer since last year, but I haven't really had the opportunity to put it all together and edit it until now. Just to touch on where I've been briefly, around the end of October, I started working at a job that I absolutely hated. It was an overnight shift, so I worked from 7 p.m. until 7 a.m. every day. And I didn't really have the time or energy to work on art or YouTube. So, like any reasonable person, I did end up quitting right before Christmas. And then, the holidays kept me busy for a little bit. Then, at the end of January, I moved across the country. Now, I've actually moved across the country 3 times since 2012, but that's a story in and of itself. This time, I moved from Pennsylvania to Southern California. I've actually lived here before, and this is where I'm happy, this is where I want to be, so yay! If I don't sound properly enthusiastic, it's because it's the middle of the night. Anyway, I'm finally getting settled in and getting back into the swing of this whole YouTube thing. I am hoping this year to have a more regular posting schedule. We'll see how that works out. I'm also trying to get better at my voiceovers. In my past videos, I have worked off a script, and looking back, listening to them, it sounds really corny. So, right now, I am just ad-libbing and hoping for the best. We'll see how that goes, too. Anyway, about this artwork. This is Lionfish. He's spiky. He's cool. And this is probably actually my favorite piece of artwork that I created in 2017, just because of all the colors and kind of the complexity of the coloring here. Right now he's looking pretty pastel, but I do start with my lightest colors and build on top of that. You'll see this piece got a ridiculous amount of layers. Normally what I do when I make a YouTube video is I write down all of the Copic colors that I use for it. So this time I did do that, but I misplaced the list when I was moving, as one sometimes does. So all I can tell you is I probably used somewhere in the neighborhood between 20 to 30 colors. I'm not really a limited palette kind of girl. If I did lose some of my footage while I was recording this, I'm not really sure what happened. The file was just corrupted and I couldn't get it back. So I'm sorry for that. In just a little bit, you'll actually see the video skip a little bit. And whoop, there it is! Now, how is that for timing? I promise you didn't miss very much here. I just put down some purple in some of the areas where I want the color to be darkest. Or violet. I guess it's technically violet. My bad. I'm slapping my hand. In a few moments here, you'll see me take out a ruler, draw a rectangle, and fill that in with black marker. What you won't see is me go over that same rectangle about 5 times with that same black marker until I get the color solid. I cut that out of my final edit because I figured it would be kind of painful to watch. Basically, I just decided that I needed a darker background to make the colors really pop. The problem is, once you add a dark background, the shadows don't seem to be so dark anymore, so you gotta go back in and darken them up again. I also tried to make the fins look translucent by adding some black where you can kind of see through them. At this point I lost some of my outline, so I pulled out my trusty Prismacolor Col-Erase pencil, which I used to do the original outline, and went back over it, darkening it wherever I felt that it needed it. I put in some final highlights with white gel pen, and then I had another round of, okay, I need to darken these shadows again. Honestly, it's a minor miracle that I managed to finish this piece without overworking it. Overworking is probably one of my biggest problems, and one of my biggest weaknesses as an artist. You gotta know when to stop. So, I'm going to heed my advice and stop talking now. Thank you so much for watching. I have a lot of new content planned, a lot of new sketches that I want to turn into finished pieces, so please like and subscribe and come along on this journey with me.